one more sweet song. One more sweet song. One more sweet song before I go. Boy, the music sound good, man. Y'all keep the music going now. Keep the rhythm going, man. All right, stay in the
Tonight, a reported ghost town at public hospital
by nurses turning some of the intensive care unit, accident and emergency, and dialysis departments into ghost towns. We've actually received reports that departments like ICU worked with as little as 3 nurses today with 12 patients. For the mathematicians, that's a 1 to 4 ratio. In addition to failing to receive overtime pay, Eyewitness News has also been made to understand that some nurses did not get their monthly uniform allowance. This was prompted by an announcement last week that overtime would be withheld due to budget being exhausted. That budget was exhausted, according to the managing director, well before the end of the fiscal year. Some nurses claim that they were not even given holiday pay in their monthly salary received yesterday. Well, those actions turning into a desperate plea from veteran union leaders to do just one thing.
And we're saying to the Prime Minister, some of the monies you're using for travel, sir, pay the nurses. Some of the monies you're using for consultants, pay the nurses.
The PHA in a statement revealing late this afternoon, after successful meetings with Cabinet, disbursements are now underway through a direct payment system. But Kimsley Ferguson, president of the Bahamas Public Services Union, which serves as the bargaining agent for some employees, says addressing overtime is only the tip of the iceberg.
We do have members of our bargaining unit at the PHA who still have outstanding overtime from Hurricane Dorian that has not been paid.
And adding to that, the frustration of a small staff, which Ferguson says prevented them from participating in the reported sick out.
Our persons would have called in sick, then there would have been nobody in the hospital, because the areas that we do capture are the areas that are very, very, very short-staffed. And so we still have complaints of persons who feel that they're overworked and underpaid.
Today, much of the critical departments at healthcare institutions across the country were brought to a standstill. And according to Wilson, if further action is needed, the Bahamas Nurses Union has our full support.
If their union decides to take action, we will be there standing side by side with them.
Well, you heard it, and in an effort to avoid those actions, PHA officials have reported that they are locked in meetings with union representatives and believe they are going well. Positively is the word that they use. The authority also confirming they are actively managing staff challenges by reallocating resources, adjusting schedules, and implementing contingency measures to maintain essential services. Throughout the day, we made attempts to reach out to the Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Darville, and PHA Managing Director, Dr. At role, but all attempts were unsuccessful up to news time. But according to nurses who now sit in waiting for that compensation for the countless hours that they worked, especially over the holiday season, they say they won't rest until their payments hit their accounts. Reporting live in studio, back to you, Janelle.
Thanks so much, our Devontae Hanna live tonight. Of course, it's a story we are continuing to follow. On to some other news tonight. The Minister of National Security, Wayne Monroe, is strongly pushing back against claims by the Police Staff Association that dependents of law enforcement officers have been denied medical insurance coverage. Monroe says he's received no reports of such denials and stresses that if those problems do exist, officers must follow the established protocols to formally alert the relevant authorities. The minister also disclosing that during a recent meeting with insurer Colina, officials said they were not aware of any cases involving denied coverage for police dependents.
For persons who had coverage for their dependents before, if your dependent who was covered is denied service, the same applies to them. We've received no identification of any eligible dependent who has not received service. The Police Staff Association is able to report those to us as well, and police officers and their dependents who may have encountered that, because the same thing applies to the dependent If you're refused service, there's a process by which you apply. So, for instance, if you flew off to the US and you tried to get service and you were denied, the policy may say they don't cover that and you should have gotten pre-approved before you left. So there are issues like that that you can raise.
Eyewitness News also putting that question to Monroe regarding allegations by the Police Staff Association that government owes Colina Insurance as much as $100 million.
Once we have any proof of any denial, then that becomes our business. As I say, this is the same Colina that manages everybody's coverage. The meeting with the financial secretary that my permanent secretary was a part of included the carrier. And the outcome was, if anybody has a refusal, there's a process by which you challenge it.
The Taxicab Union of the Bahamas denied a partnership with international rideshare company Uber. Union President Tyrone Butler revealing this much, adding that they were approached late last year, but cab drivers soundly rejected that proposal. Butler says he believes the ride-sharing model is simply not workable here in the Bahamas.
We had a number of meetings with them. We presented the information to our members. Soundly rejected, and there seems to be no interest in collaborating with the Uber company because Uber was willing to use the services of taxi drivers, and even that didn't, our members didn't find favor with that. So I think the majority of persons who drive in the public service sector is comfortable with where they're at.
Meantime, Butler says many Bahamians and their main concern with the taxi industry continues to be over taxi fares. However, he maintains that the issue has little to do with drivers themselves, placing the responsibility squarely on government policy and regulation.
A lot of it has to do with people's perception of pricing. And a lot of people seem to think that because you get a ride share, in most cases it's cheaper because the person with the ride who's doing that ride share, they don't have to carry any liability, and for them anything, even if it's $10, that's more than perhaps what they would have got. But the taxi fares are regulated by the government. They set the rate, not the taxi driver. The only thing the taxi driver can add on is if you do additional stops or you add additional person, then you pay additional fares.
Eyewitness News turning to social media, posing the question, do you think a partnership with Uber would be beneficial for the Bahamas if it was accepted? 80% of participants voting yes, it would improve transportation and also tourism. Some 13% voted no, it would hurt local taxi drivers, while some 2% voted only if taxis fully controlled the partnership. 5% voted not sure. More information is still needed. Be sure to continue to participate in our daily digital poll as your voice matters. Meantime, the country's tourism sector has hit record-breaking numbers for the third year in a row, welcoming some 12.5 million visitors. Last year, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism Chester Cooper sharing the figures in Parliament on Wednesday, highlighting another strong year for the industry.
Downplay the impact of these arrivals, Madam Speaker. They represent jobs and salaries, shifts being filled, inventory purchased, tours booked, taxis running, restaurants busy, marinas active, straw vendors selling, small hotels and Airbnb hosts earning, and Bahamian families feeling the difference across our islands. New experiences, new businesses, new jobs, new income, and new opportunities for Bahamians. Sea arrivals exceeded 10.6 million visitors, representing a 14% increase year over year, nearly doubling 2019's level. That success reflects years of relationship building with our cruise partners, improved port operations, and new infrastructure across our destinations.
Meanwhile, Cooper emphasized that the country's family islands are also seeing significant growth, including strong numbers from the second city.
Air arrivals to Grand Bahama were also up 20% in 2025 compared to 2024, and more than 30% over pre-pandemic levels of 2019. Sea arrivals have exploded in Grand Bahama with the opening of Celebration Key, with more than 90% increase in 2025 compared to 2024, and a more than 100% increase over pre-pandemic levels. Madam Speaker, this is precisely why I say to this honorable House that Grand Bahama is now the fastest growing tourism destination in the Bahamas, one of the strongest rebound stories in the wider region.
And while the country may have seen a record-breaking number of arrivals, Darren Woods, president of the Bahamas Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union, is tonight reporting an unusually slow period. Last year, Woods says he believes the slow period was due to geopolitical tensions. His reports, however, work is starting to pick up for hotel workers as the winter season begins to pick up.
While that may be so, the slow period was kind of tied to the tariff war that we've been experiencing abroad. So we've had most of our properties have been experiencing record numbers in terms of days that they would have been working during this time. It's picked up rather slower this year, because normally when you see the Thanksgiving period comes, that is when it really ramps up, but it kind of ramp up a little bit later, and it's going through, particularly now that you have the winter storms in the U.S., a lot of those persons are coming here, and we are experiencing our persons working full work weeks in most of the areas, particularly the service areas.
Meantime, the Bahamas Customs, Immigration and Allied Workers Union say they feel that the Department of Immigration followed due process with the dismissal of a trainee officer last week. The union's president, Ron Brooks, revealing this much to media after reports of the immigration officer, Alex Riley, being involved in a quid pro quo agreement to protect, quote, Haitians, along with voice notes that surfaced, purportedly featuring him complaining about receiving $150 as opposed to $500.
That information was taken to the Immigration Department that warranted an investigation. As a result of that investigation, some actions were taken by administration. So I would say then, based on what I know that I will not say today, that I'm not going to say, that we don't feel as though anything was done outside of protocol by the department.
Meantime, explosive remarks in a United States courtroom, sparking renewed debate about corruption in the Bahamas. The National Security Minister, Wayne Monroe, is now pushing back strongly. He's rejecting what he calls a sweeping and unfair portrayal of the country and urging Bahamians to separate proven facts from broad brush accusations. Our Lyndon Ritchie Jr. has the story tonight.
Minister of National Security Wayne Monroe is pushing back against Bahamians who have echoed blistering claims by United States Attorney Martin Roth that the Bahamas is engulfed in corruption. Monroe stressing that Roth's comments cast a wide net, targeting the nation as a whole, not just law enforcement or government officials.
The fellow say, all of y'all, all of us corrupt, not just the police. So anyone who wants to stand with him must put their hand up and say, I admit I'm corrupt.
The comments were made in a New York courtroom where Roth's client, former Chief Petty Officer of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Darren Roker, was sentenced to 4 years in prison for his role in an international drug trafficking ring. In an attempt to justify his client's actions, Roth told a U.S. district judge, quote, "It's not easy when you are living in a culture where the entire system, almost every branch, is infected with drug money and corruption." Monroe is now urging Bahamians to focus on the facts, pointing to the global data from Transparency International, which he says places the Bahamas and the United States on a similar corruption perception scale.
On the corruption index, I think it's at 28 out of 180 countries. They came down to 28. We came up to 28.
With law enforcement under intense scrutiny, the National Security Minister also noted that cases of corruption have been identified within international armed forces as well.
In that same federal court, in December 2025, the same prosecution indicted a former DEA agent with criminally facilitating trafficking.
In layman's terms, Munro said the actions of a few should not define the many, stressing that, quote, good apples should not be blamed for the misconduct of a small number of, quote, bad apples.
You have one bad woman, one bad man, and people will say, all Bahamian women are bad, all Bahamian men are bad. And there's a song about it, eh? Man bad, woman bad.
Officials continue to defend the work of Bahamian law enforcement agencies, confirming that ethics training is already underway for some groups, with tighter vetting protocols being rolled out across the board. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Well, the 2026 Junior Junkanoo Parade is now underway with over 30 schools and hundreds of students participating. Our Laurencia Smith live tonight to tell us all the action on Bay Street. Laurencia?
That's right, Janae. We all know I like to be in the thick of things, and tonight I'm definitely in the thick of the Junior Junkanoo Parade. Now, the parade has been underway for a little over an hour and is moving rather quickly. We saw all of the preschools, several primary schools, and right now, just behind me, Garventines is making their way onto the boulevard, and they're bringing the theme, the dawn of the night. That is their theme. Now, Janae, I can tell you some of the themes that the schools have brought have been very unique and different, from community helpers protecting our marine life. We've even saw all things bright and beautiful. Now, according to officials, this is the largest parade they've had in recent years, with a total of 32 groups. Now, that is a mixture of primary, junior, preschool, senior, all age, and they also have some fun groups. And I can tell you, many of the schools are looking to dethrone last year's champions. Last year in the primary school division, in the preschool division rather, Refreshers won that title. In the primary school, it went to the Judith P. Thompson Primary School. In the junior, in the all-age division, it went to St. John's. The senior high school went to the C.R. Walker Knights. So I can tell you, many of the groups are looking to dethrone the various schools. Now, over 100 plus kids from the various schools are participating, and the crowd has been thicking out since we've been here. We've seen a lot of the parents standing, cheering their little ones on, and I can tell you the competition is about to be thick. So continue to stay tuned here to Eyewitness News social media page for all of the highlights from the 2026 Junior Junkanoo Parade. And me and my two left feet are going to continue to have fun. So back to you at the Destination, live from Bay Street, Laurencia Smith.
Thanks so much, Laurencia. And of course, you can tune into all of our social media pages for the latest updates from this year's Junior Junkanoo Parade. Well, if you've got a news tip or if you've seen news in the making, call the Ion News hotline, 397-6397. We also invite you to send your letters to the editor for publication on all of our social media platforms, Eyewitness News Bahamas at gmail.com. And if you're watching on our Facebook or YouTube page, share your thoughts about today's stories in the comments section. We want to hear from you. We're just getting started in Eyewitness News tonight, but when we come back, local university students, they are calling out the university for what they say is an infestation. We've got that story coming up. And later tonight, brace for some chilly weather. I can't wait. We've got the latest weather update. But first, we've got more after this break.
Eyes is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the vibes back. At BTC, we understand your vibes because we live it. That's why we are dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You are at the heart of everything we do. Our commitment is to keep your vibes flowing, no matter what.
Crunch boring lunches and enjoy real food at a real good price with KFC's value deals. For $5.95, you can get a famous bowl and a drink or one-piece chicken box. For max value, grab a value box. That's a piece of our iconic chicken, nuggets, cheesy mashed potato, a biscuit, fries, a dessert biscuit, and soda, all for just $9.95. KFC knows value, and it's finger-licking good.
Bahamian ownership in fly fishing is very important. Not only does it create opportunities for Bahamians, this is our industry, so we're proud of what we do. Opportunity is important. It's the story of my life because with the opportunities, you can chart your own course. Prime Minister Davis and his team see the opportunities by providing this grants and what it can do for our country. It's just wonderful, and I'm glad to see these ventures working so that other people can get involved. This is real. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's help ourselves.
January means business.
This segment of Eyewitness News is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back. Here's a look at your Eyewitness News gas tracker. You're getting the cheapest tonight at Shell, $5.10. Esso coming in at $5.11. Rubis, $5.12. Welcome back. You're watching Eyewitness News. Well, grateful and hopeful. Those are the words that come to mind for a local entertainer who says he's basking in love and support after enduring yet another difficult season. It comes years after he was left fighting for his life after being robbed and stabbed. Our Jose Etienne takes it from here.
I am happy to be here, to feel the breeze on my face, to feel the sun at my back, to look at the smiles, to look at the colors. I'm just happy to be alive.
Popular comedian Demetrius Smith smiling in the face of a storm that has taken a toll on his health. Many fans had become inured to the master of ceremonies' cheerful facade, not knowing that behind closed doors, the 40-year-old was in a grim battle for his life.
Eating a lot of shrimp, eating a lot of crawfish, not looking and checking on the cholesterol levels. And then cholesterol went into high blood pressure and not taking the pills on time. And the damage of not taking the pills results in kidney failure and heart conditions. And so that's what happened to me.
He says his life has been a roller coaster ride inside the hospital.
This started in June of 2025. Since then, I've been on 6 surgeries. I've been hospitalized for over 2 months.
But almost a year later, Smith is gearing up for what could turn out to be a life-saving surgery.
I think it was a kind of a challenging process in finding donors, and also mentally to get your mind adjusted that, okay, you're going to actually do this, but it's successful so far, and I have great hopes about it.
Smith's wearing a smile also because of the groundswell of support that he's received from his colleagues in the entertainment industry and beyond. A video published by cultural ambassador DJ Overdose raising awareness on his plight went viral, triggering many to answer the clarion call. Eyewitness News stopped by at the Great Commission Ministries where government officials, entertainers, and other residents were spotted giving financial support to shoulder the burden.
Today, this event shows what happens when people come together. It takes each one of us to help any one of us, and I'm so happy that God has touched the hearts of persons to assist me at this time. No man is an island. We all need somebody.
The support seemed even more overwhelming from Smith's colleagues.
As he always gave back, it's time for us to give back to him.
Seeing him need our help now and even being humble in that ask for help made me feel as though there's no way we can't, all rally behind him and step up the best we could.
When you have an opportunity to help somebody who helped other people in his journey, take advantage of the opportunity and come and lend a hand, man.
The comedian says he's now on his road to recovery, and with that comes some sobering advice.
To every male out there, to every female out there, if you feel a discomfort inside your body, I challenge you, go get checked out. Early detection save lives.
Jose Etienne, Eyewitness News.
On to some other news tonight. Alarm bells are ringing at the University of the Bahamas as students report what they're calling unsafe living conditions. The Student Government Association is also calling for immediate intervention, saying the health and well-being of students could be at stake. Our Lyndon Ritchie Jr. has the details tonight.
The Student Government Association at the University of the Bahamas is calling for urgent intervention amid claims that students living in on-campus dorms are being forced to sleep in what they allege are mold-infested conditions. While students have raised serious concerns, Eyewitness News understands that no official mold testing has yet to be conducted to confirm the claims. SGA President Edwin Waldron Jr. says the dormitory houses more than 50 students and the conditions, he warns, could pose a potential health risk.
The others are very much so concerned for their colleagues simply because a lot of persons have been going to the doctor. And, me personally, I had an issue with mold. I had to get airlifted. So this is a very serious issue.
Eyewitness News has obtained video shared by students living in the dorms, which appears to show discoloration on ceilings in living rooms and bathrooms, as well as on air conditioning vents and kitchen cupboards, areas students say may be linked to the alleged health hazard. Additional footage shows the dormitory washroom, where students say the condition of the facility has raised concerns about the need for new or replacement washing equipment. Waldron Jr. further claims that some students living in the dormitory have reportedly sought medical attention, a situation he says not only affects their physical well-being, but has also taken a toll on their mental health.
They go in and come out, and it's reoccurring, and so it's very concerning to them because they don't know the long-term effects that this is going to have on them. The students here paid a fee to be here, and they are Family Island students.
Student leaders are now appealing to both government and university officials to work together, insisting that safe and livable housing conditions should be a priority for students.
We don't want our youth here at the dorms from the Family Islands to have to experience something like that. We need this matter solved as swiftly as possible. That's something that they are healing every single day. And this is a very important issue that we need to be resolved.
Eyewitness News has reached out to university officials who confirm that the concerns are currently under review and that a statement addressing the allegations is expected. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Well, we did get that statement from the university tonight. They're confirming that they are aware of the concerns raised today by the Student Government Association regarding housing and says those issues, as you heard, are already being addressed. The administration adding that maintenance at the residential facility is handled both proactively and through established reporting channels that are used by students. Now, they also say that during the fall of 2025, a comprehensive inspection of the residential buildings was conducted. The university says that all identified issues have been resolved except one, which is currently being addressed. Officials also noting that no additional concerns were raised until today. Looking ahead, the university says student housing remains a top priority with plans for extensive renovations aimed at improving the quality, comfort, and overall standard of campus living. A story we will continue to follow. Well, tonight, a Grand Bahamian mother and her son are said to be on the brink of homelessness with only one day left before they have nowhere to go. A concerned resident, Virginia Russell, is speaking out, saying the woman recently asked her for a ride to an abandoned hotel and is now calling on the community for assistance.
Everyone knows that Victorian is an old abandoned hotel that addresses in Grand Bahama in Midshipman. So I was just thinking that she was just giving me Victorian as a landmark to where she was going. But when I looked in the rear view mirror and I saw the distress on her face, I began to ask her. I said, "What's going on?" And she said to me that I don't have anywhere to stay. And I said to her, "I would not leave you like this." And so my mind was racing. And I was like, "Lord, I don't have enough money to accommodate her." But I told her I would not leave her. So the thought came that let's go to social services. It was after dark. Social services would have been already closed. But the Spirit said, take her to social services.
While Russell has also organized a community town meeting to address homelessness on the island, she also says that she's reached out to social services but has gotten no answers. She notes that many people feel too ashamed to come forward, which prompted tonight's meeting to seek solutions for the homeless.
Many are afraid to come forward Many are ashamed to come forward. But I only a vessel. I'm only a mouthpiece. I'm only a bold soldier to try to find relief for those that are in need. Not just going to take the government, but it's going to take the community at large. And that's why my call is to every organization, every church, every pastor, every leader, every aspiring candidate, MPs, leaders.
Meantime, the country has recorded 3 attempted suicides this week. It's sparking renewed concern over mental health. In response, community leader and senior pastor of Life Worship Center, Bishop Denzel Rolle, he's urging Bahamians to go beyond prayer and be intentional in reminding those who are struggling that they matter and have a God-ordained purpose.
You'd be surprised at the numbers that we get of persons that come before us who are at the point of give up, who are, if not already attempted, contemplating. You have so much to live for. Jesus said, I come that you may have life and have it more abundantly. We believe this, that every life is precious. Every life has purpose. Every life is God ordained. The Bible says children are heritage unto the Lord. Everyone that is birthed into the earth is birthed here with purpose to fulfill, with destiny on their life. So the very thought of suicide, it causes the believer, and it should cause every believer to cringe, because here is a purpose, here is a destiny. Here are lives attached to this lives that may never reach their potential because this life is gone prematurely.
Meantime, the Department of Meteorology is alerting Bahamians to brace for a chilly weekend. This as temperatures are expected to drop into the low 40s and mid 50s from noon on Saturday through 6 a.m. on Monday. Chief Meteorologist and Officer Orson Nixon says the sudden cool down is being driven by a powerful low pressure system off the southeast United States coast, which is also expected to bring some strong winds across the islands.
Temperature is going to plummet post the frontal passage. All right, so highs is going to be like in the 50s on Sunday, and this is going to be bone chilling wind chills that would dip around say mid 30s Fahrenheit in the northern Bahamas and down to about mid 40s in the northwest Bahamas. Right, so people have to bundle up, protect your pets, and especially the vulnerable population that we have.
Well, Nixon says the cold front will also bring potentially life-threatening sea conditions, with waves expected to reach around 20 feet. He's urging residents who live near shorelines to take precautionary measures and also secure their properties.
We are expecting some coastal flooding that will threaten the northern and western shorelines. Right, especially at high tide. That will be accompanied with some overtopping waves and some risks of erosion persisting into at least midweek. So those who are on the coast, those residents, try to secure their property. We're asking residents also to try to limit outdoor activities and to avoid coastal roads as much as possible.
So to come in Eyewitness News tonight, the Ministry of National Security taking to the streets to promote a safer Bahamas. We've got the details coming up, but first, an extended look at tonight's weather forecast.
This car sexy, yeah? I need to upgrade, eh?
That's easy. Just apply for a cash and go loan. Once approved, you're in the giveaway.
This lady even got no Bluetooth. You want some presents?
Yes.
No. I guess like anybody getting presents this year.
This Christmas, trade up.
Get approved for a loan at Cash and Go and enter to win this brand new Kia.
It's a Holy Frosty Christmas, and Wendy's and Coke is bringing the chill. This year, when you upgrade any Wendy's combo to a large, you can instantly win big with the Upgrade and Win Christmas giveaway. We're talking travel gift cards, gadgets, holiday treats, and prizes that make your Holy Frosty Christmas shine. Just upgrade your favorite lunch combo, scan the QR code on your receipt to enter, and let the holiday magic begin. Enjoy great tasting food and win big this Christmas with Wendy's and Coca-Cola's Upgrade and Win. Rules and restrictions apply.
The Parliamentary Registration Department wishes to inform the public that the National Voter Verification exercise is currently in progress. Verification confirms your voter details, reduces errors, and strengthens the integrity of the country's electoral system. Head to your nearest verification center with your Bahamian passport and your voter's card to get verified and be ready to cast your vote on Election Day. Your vote is your voice. One Bahamas, one vote, verified.
The world is changing. It's bringing new challenges, but also new opportunities. The truth is, our economy always left too many Bahamians out. Now we're opening new doors in agriculture, tourism, energy, entrepreneurship, providing grants, scholarships, national service, and upskilling. A new generation is rising, and we're finally moving in the right direction, building an economy that includes everyone.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Welcome back. The Ministry of National Security is wrapping up its Community Centers Awareness Week with a fun run walk and fair this Saturday. It's all aimed at bringing communities together while promoting a safer Bahamas. Activities coordinator at the Community Centers, Bennett Ramming, says the event will be packed with family fun and also showcase Bahamian culture as organizers encourage students to come out and take part.
Saturday. That's a great day. It's a great day when everybody can come, but nobody's left. Now, if you feel like you need to come in your wheelchair, let somebody push you. That's for sure. Don't try to do it by yourself, all right? But let's come out and let's have a good time because Saturday coming is going to be so awesome. The whole Bahamas is going to know that, hey, the Ministry of National Security mean business in taking care of our country. We're going to make this country the safest place in the world to be, okay? We are one community, and our common goal is to teach people how to be safe in this Bahama land, to keep our children out of the hands of the negative people, out of jail and all that kind of thing. And so our orange economy is doing a great job thus far, and we're going to continue to do that job. And so welcome one, welcome all. Amen.
That's right. That's right.
We're stronger. We're better together.
Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of National Security, Gaynell Rowe, revealing that Saturday's Fun Run Walk will also be an opportunity for the unemployed to seek some hiring opportunities.
We are so excited on what is happening. We give thanks to our partners, Urban Renewal, Social Services, that comes on board and assists us with promoting activities within our community center. And on the 31st of January is our culmination. And our culmination kicks off with our Fun Run Walk. Then we would have our bands that will lead persons from what I used to call Christian and Johnny. I think it's now the Island Games. And so they're going to go from there and march all the way to Edmund Moxie Community Center. I don't know if you remember the days when the police used to be in the community, the police band, and so we're going to relive that spirit. And once you get there, you would find that every agency that is under the remit of the Ministry of National Security will be on display. So if you dreamt about being a Defense Force officer, come and be interviewed, come and fill out an application. If you dreamt of being a police officer, if you wanted to join the prison, if you wanted to be a part of our national intelligence agencies, all of those agencies will be out there to assist you.
Well, still to come in Eyewitness News tonight, our Laurencia Smith has a check on sports right after this break.
Your favorite products from wall to wall, we have it all at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. First Choice Sugar, 4 pounds, $2.59. Quaker Oats, assorted 18 ounces, $3.99. Ginger Evans Flour, 5 pounds, $3.69. Sweet Blueberries, 6 ounces, $3.49. Whole chicken wings, $1.69 per pound. It's a great year to save when you shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
matching pajamas, Junkanoo, decorating contest, or caroling with the crew. However you Christmas, do it your way. With a Christmas loan from Bank of the Bahamas, you get the funds you need to celebrate the way you want. Plus, a chance to win one of 3 shopping sprees. Apply today at www.bankbahamas.com or email us at loans@bankbahamas.com. Christmas your way with BOB, your bank of solutions. Terms and conditions apply.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
J.S. Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Okay, guys, this is what we doing today. We training for the bounce back. This $150K payday. Y'all ready? Yes. Y'all sweating today. Give me a 2 ball. 10. Give me another 2 ball. 15. You spin, right? It don't look so. It's 10K. Name these games after me. Food Dragon.
Food Dragon.
Cinema Classic.
Cinema Classic.
Yeah. Put that parlay in. Put that in. You know, Jalen Brunson disappointed us last time. You want to walk for this or you want to run for this? Good pace. Good pace. Not too much water. Hit it down. Let's go.
It's the Bounce Back 150K payday. Big wins for 10 weeks straight. 15K every week. 10K to a lucky winner. Visit islandluck.com for more info. Island Luck. Winners live here.
Eyewitness Sports is brought to you by 103.5 The Beat.
Welcome to another edition of Eyewitness Sports. I'm Laurencia Smith. Thanks for joining us. Let's head on over to Mingo Nation. The University of the Bahamas women's volleyball team back on the court, taking on the Ballers in the New Providence Volleyball Association action. UB trailed early in the opening set, 19-14, but mounted a late push to close the gap 23-20, and that will be as close as they get to finish 25-20. The Mingos responded with a strong defensive effort in the second set, building a 26-16 lead. The Ballers rallied to tie at 24 apiece, but UB closed out that set, serving errors and an ace to secure a 26-24 win. Momentum shift in the third set as the Baller jumped out to a 9-4 lead. UB struggled to find rhythm and dropped that set 25-17. Set 4 was tightly contested. UB edged out a 9-7 early lead, but then used an aggressive serve to open up 16-18 advantage. The veteran players from the Ballers saw the score and tied it at 24. And all but UB answered with a key ace to take that set 26-24 and force a decisive fifth set. Both teams traded points early in the final set before the Ballers gained momentum at 6-4. UB battled back to tie it at 11-11, but the Ballers closed out strong, handing UB a 15-13 loss. Despite the setback, UB sits 5-4 on the season, remains in hunt for a playoff spot.
What hold us together tonight throughout the game would have been our defense. We had a lot of hustle plays. A lot of the girls, they ran down balls that we thought were unreachable, or the other team thought that were unreachable, and that brought us back into the game. So that momentum carried us through.
Up next for the Mingos, they will face off against the Lady Hawks on Sunday at 5 p.m. And finally in sports, let's head on over to the baseball field with Chaz Chisholm Jr. as he continues to shine on the Diamond's biggest stage. Chisholm Jr. was one of baseball's most exciting players in 2025, earning the number 61 spot on the MLB Network Top 100 Players heading into the 2026 season. Since joining the New York Yankees, Chisholm Jr. impact has been immediate, providing multiple position versatility, posting career-high numbers, and helping the team reach the World Series. Off the field, the Bahamian star continues to give back to the 242 through his foundation and Little League program. Chisholm Jr. signed a one-year, $10.2 million deal for 2026, keeping him in New York and positioning him for a potential long-term extension. That's what's making sports at this hour. I'm Laurencia Smith. Stay tuned for more news on the other side of the break.
We have made significant progress on the installation of the temporary causeway at the Tino Beach Bridge. The causeway, when completed, will allow all vehicle types to access Tino Island with no weight restrictions.
So since the passing of Hurricane Dorian, the Lucarian Service Company has been challenged over the past 6 years. We have had major failures within the interior parts of the island on Grand Bahama Highway that lead across to the eastern part of the island, which is the Casuarina Bridge and the Sajak Cable Bridge.
In August 2023, after an inspection of the Tino Beach Bridge, there were some concerns.
And for 2 years, we've been working very closely with engineers here on island and those that are from out of Nassau as well to ensure that we had the best results going forward.
We've been exploring various options to replace the bridge to ensure that we make the best decision on the way forward for long-term sustainability. The causeway will be built by simply dumping fill into the canal. This fill will be compacted to engineering standards. After it's compacted, an asphalt top will be added. After the asphalt top is added, there will be jersey barriers and other traffic management tools to make sure pedestrians and road users are safe.
Currently, this is an emergency repair that we're doing right now.
It will allow residents on the southern side of the bridge to return to a sense of normalcy.
Bukhari Service Company and Tamarind Development Company, we take the environment serious.
We want to let everybody know that an environmental study was completed.
And we are following the environmental monitoring plan that was provided.
We continue to work along with stakeholders and also with outside and exterior entities
to make sure we adhere to the plan and we are accountable.
And any concerns that they bring to the table, they are foremost addressed in an urgent and controlled manner.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
Exuma has always been popular, you know. It's a place where the sailing is pristine and the water is gin clear. Stocking Island is one of the most pristine area in the whole West Indies. There are many things going on here. You can walk the beach up and down, or you can go and hike up to the Salt Monument. Chat and Chill is a place where we offer food, drinks, and a nice atmosphere so you can meet other people. Chat and Chill became popular because I listened to my customers. They are my silent board of directors. I try to bring in as much of the old way of cooking as possible. You make it natural. If you do things like that, people come back. And now we have stingrays. Stingrays are like men. If you feed them, they'll stay around. The sandbar off of Roll Town, it's a wonder. It's pristine, it's beautiful. You can take your families there and spend the day. What people do, go up there, pitch a tent while tide is low, enjoy it, have a barbecue out there, and then when tide gets too high, they jump back on the boat and go again. But you have time limits. The tide waits for no man.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
Well, that wraps up news this Thursday. Coming up and beyond the headlines with Shanique Miller, a look at this week's top story.
Taste foods. Taste the difference.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Welcome to Paradise.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
Coming up tonight, National Security Minister Wayne Munroe standing up for the Royal Bahamas Police Force and defending the force's reputation, which was strongly tarnished in a U.S. courtroom just a few days ago. Also tonight, many of you have participated in a viral tiff over, get this, chicken tenders. You heard me right. Which tenders, you ask? Well, the newly introduced tenders at Wendy's and those at Popeyes. And guess what, y'all? The Wendy's tenders, and of course, not to be left out, the Popeyes tenders. And also, get this, you all. Marco say, Shanique, what's up? What's up, Shanique? You can't necessarily have those two there and not bring me in. And so the Marco's wings, which are such a hit, also here on the show this evening. Leslie Miller, the pot cake, will test this one. And then a bit later this evening, Ian Thomas and Direct Marketers is coming up just in time for the weekend. A jam-packed show for you this evening. It's all straight ahead. This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening. I'm Shanique Miller. Let's get started this evening. Minister of National Security, Wayne Munroe, making it clear that he is not fazed by comments made in a U.S. courtroom that Bahamian system, the entire Bahamian system, in fact, is steeped in corruption. Those explosive allegations were made by Martin Roth. And now Munroe says, from his viewpoint, Roth simply was making attempts to make his client's case heard.
Minister of National Security Wayne Munroe is pushing back against Bahamians who have echoed blistering claims by United States Attorney Martin Roth that the Bahamas is engulfed in corruption. Munroe stressing that Roth's comments cast a wide net, targeting the nation as a whole, not just law enforcement or government officials.
The fella say, all of y'all, all of us corrupt, not just the police. So anyone who wants to stand with him must put their hand up and say, I admit I'm corrupt.
The comments were made in a New York courtroom where Roth's client, former Chief Petty Officer of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Darren Roker, was sentenced to 4 years in prison for his role in an international drug trafficking ring. In an attempt to justify his client's actions, Roth told a U.S. district judge, quote, "It's not easy when you are living in a culture where the entire system, almost every branch, is infected with drug money and corruption." Munroe is now urging Bahamians to focus on the facts, pointing to the global data from Transparency International, which he says places the Bahamas and the United States on a similar corruption perception scale.
On the corruption index, I think it's at 28 out of 180 countries. They came down to 28. We came up to 28.
With law enforcement under intense scrutiny, the National Security Minister also noted that cases of corruption have been identified within international armed forces as well.
In that same federal court, in December 2025, the same prosecution indicted a former DEA agent with criminally facilitating trafficking.
In layman's terms, Monroe said the actions of a few should not define the many, stressing that, quote, good apples should not be blamed for the misconduct of a small number of, quote, bad apples.
You have one bad woman, one bad man, and people will say, all Bahamian women are bad, all Bahamian men are bad. And there's a song about it, eh? Man bad, woman bad.
Officials continue to defend the work of Bahamian law enforcement agencies, confirming that ethics training is already underway for some groups, with tighter vetting protocols being rolled out across the board. Linton Ritchie Jr., Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much, Linton Ritchie Jr., reporting there. I'll tell you, that got a lot of people incensed. Whichever side of the coin you took this week on social media, many people agreed with the U.S. Yes, we have too much corruption. Our officers have made us shame now for a few years in these major cases that brought international attention. But others said, wait a minute, though. I mean, yes, if officers are found in violation of the law and they find themselves in U.S. courtrooms undergoing trial, great. I mean, try them, punish them, do whatever you want to do, but do not take this opportunity to paint with a broad brush an entire nation and its systems. After all, there are corruptions and corrupt people the world over, in particular in the United States. Well, I'm going to get my panelists in on this and get their views. Good evening to you, Leslie Miller and Ellington Ferguson. Gentlemen, it's good to have you both here. I see you both are dressed warmly. Leslie, I hope you have a little more to put on you because that shirt looked a little thin in the middle there. But it's good. And I see your button on. Please button that up when we leave here this evening. But good evening to both of you and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Shanique. Good evening, Bahamas. Thank you for having me once again.
Yes, absolutely. Gentlemen, I know you all saw this row play out. The Commissioner of Police even responded about 2 days ago and say, listen, no, I stand by my officers. No, Sir Roth. Do what you got to do in the United States in that trial, but do not smear the entire organization of the Royal Bahamas Police Force with that broad corruption brush. Your thoughts?
Shanique, this is, I've watched and I've seen Roth's comment, and I kind of understood it from a defense lawyer standpoint. He's got to go as high as he could possibly go or as low as he must go to try and get either his client off or to get them the best deal as it relates to sentencing, in this case, as his client has already admitted to the offense. However, I mean, this gentleman, I don't think he really even ever been to the Bahamas, or a lot of them don't even know where the Bahamas is, really. And to paint the Bahamas with that kind of a broad brush based on one client who he's trying to show to the courts now as a victim, I think it's grossly inaccurate. It does not represent who we are as a people. The United States has their own issues. If he want to paint that kind of, I mean, you can talk from top to bottom, from presidents all the way down, Congress, I mean, even to city officials. We've had them corrupt ones going to jail continuously. We just had multiple cases this year. We got a judge that's been arrested. We got cases where from Florida they gone to jail. So they got it. We have our issues here with persons in our country, from police officers or Royal Bahamas Defense Force officers. But nevertheless, these organizations still remain stellar organization. We have a new commissioner that is doing a stellar job. You've just seen the case where the police that was involved in Atkins was just convicted. You've seen the case where a prisoner escaped, and rather than just letting that go, we are dealing with it.
And they are being punished and tried for it.
Absolutely, and this is what we're doing as it relates to our law enforcement officers. The commissioner of police is working. And you see them launch investigation. They have officers that they're dealing with right now. Another one where the chairman of the Police Staff Association has just been sentenced. So we're dealing with our issues where we find it. And you will find these things throughout your society, just like the U.S. finds it throughout their society, whether it's police killing blacks or killing innocent people, whether it's their government official that is doing corruption across the board on both sides of the fence for them. So
Leslie, jump in.
Don't do it.
What took place in that sense was typical. First of all, you have a small black country like the Bahamas. The Caribbean is now under grave threat from the United States, doing whatever they want to do. You see what happened in Venezuela. What else do you expect them to say? Here he has
a drug dealer that admitted the fact that he was involved with drugs. He happened to be a police officer in the Bahamas. Why do you paint every Bahamian in the same light as he is? That's, less than 1% Bahamians. And it's a disgrace, really, that we have a defense force officer. And another one now, I think, is up for the same thing. But don't give our country that sort of just brush us off that we all corrupt. Everybody in the Bahamas are corrupt. We are not. When you talk about corruption, you saw on television just last week, 2 persons lost their lives. A lady lost her life. The police shot her, 5 times in her face.
Ice, yeah.
On television, you saw what happened, and the government came out and said something else happened. Then on Tuesday, another young man, 35 years old, a male nurse, got shot to death. You saw it for yourself on TV. The government come out and say something else. It's not corruption to take 2 human lives. I, look at it with a grain of salt, but it's typical of people of that magnitude who are lawyers trying to get the best deal they can get for the person that they represent. But it's a shame to be spending an entire country for one individual. And remember, most of our men and women on the defense force under Rob Bahamas Police Force are decent people. Of course, there's something that goes awry, but that happens in every country, and in every city, in the United States and elsewhere. And we should overcome that, so I'm not too concerned about it.
I agree. And guess what? If the officer is found guilty, then by all means, let the law take its course as it
What I think needs to happen, though, I saw in the papers this morning there's a case with some police officers who helped that guy to escape.
That's what I was talking about.
Been a damn year, and they still haven't come to any conclusion. That's what gets the public angry. Why is it taking so long? A year.
Refresh my memory.
One guy got out of prison. They say he was assisted by 3 prison officers. He's been on the loose now for over a year.
Wait, is he still in
Hasn't been
is it known that if he's in the Bahamas or he...
They don't know where he is. But you got to take a year to say that you have to have a commission within the force that is looking at this case. And you haven't done anything in a year, man? Just investigation for a year? Come on, we can do better than that.
Yeah.
And that's why people come after us as to why is that it take you so long to bring these people to justice and make a decision.
The U.S. has its own fair share of cold cases and cases that from decades ago have not been solved,
yes,
right?
Get it done.
But I agree with you. The thing is, listen, we can't be playing games, man. Jesus, the man, he just walked out of prison.
Okay.
He walked out of prison. Who aided him?
Right.
Where's the investigation? We want updates on the investigation. It's as simple as that.
It don't take 12 months, man?
No, as a society, we demand more. And we could say that within ourselves. It's like to each other. I could tell Leslie, put on a shirt, but you can't tell him that. So meaning, you on the outside, sweep your own door. Let us continue to do what we do here. Okay, listen, let's just move forward very quickly because we have a lot to get to this evening. I tell you, the food in here, all those tenders, I have to stay focused. But I want to talk about you all know what's happening in healthcare right now. At this very moment in the public healthcare system, a number of nurses have called out sick. And they have called out because of overtime pay, holiday pay, all of this outstanding, by the way, they say. And also, what else is overtime holiday payments that are outstanding, and the fact that many of them have worked these hours and are now being told payment is coming down the road, or they will not be paid, or they have to get sort of new approvals on a different level. Well, Bahamas Nurses Union President Muriel Lightborn appeared with me here on Beyond the Headlines last evening, and here's what she had to say.
This is the overtime budget, but guess what, Shanique? Okay, they sent out this memo saying that, obviously, first of all, I know how it slip out. You know how things is get out in this Bahamian society, right? Because it obviously wasn't sent to us, none of our union presidents in PHA. But it went out, and you're saying that overtime can be paid, right? They're saying that as of January 2026, any overtime now have to be approved, payments have to be approved by the managing director. Who you telling when I don't go to work that I have to get paid depending on your approval? You got to be.
No, but it can't be after you would have worked the overtime
hours. After you have worked
Okay, what is the issue? When did this new policy come into place? Because normally you would be approved for your overtime or get it by some supervisor, and you go and you work that, and you know that, guess what, at the end of the month, payment will be there.
You get your pay, right? So the thing is, they're rationalizing, saying that they had exhausted the overtime budget. But this is what they said, right, about the overtime. But guess what? Payday rolling today, right? Nurses ain't get paid for their public holiday, they don't work. Nurses ain't get paid. Some nursing officers ain't get their duty nursing officer pay. Like all you got, all the nurses look forward to today was their basic salary after everything else was taken out, what was supposed to have been out. So come on, what you doing?
Has this ever happened before? I mean, I know
Never.
the public healthcare system been having and saddled with issues. I understand that, but has this issue with pay and overtime pay and holiday pay and all the rest of this?
No, never. It's never been happening. I don't even know what is going on. We have, especially with our ground staff, if you work, you get paid. If you work before,
Listen, of course, that was just an excerpt from last night's show. Bahamas Nurses Union President Mira Lipon on the show talking about exactly why nurses, in fact, she said she was here live. She said, Shanique, they're calling and messaging and saying they're not feeling well. I guess they decided that they would take a sick day or two. Gentlemen, your thoughts about just this whole mess. The public healthcare system, we know, has been limping along, not just now, for quite a number of years. But the people say, listen, if we work, pay us. You can't. That's not a job you can easily walk off once you are on a shift.
Shanique, the PHA and Princess Margaret Hospital has really been sagging and lagging as it relates to healthcare in this country. And one person I heard that put it best was Dr. Dwayne Sands, who stated that the issues at PMH are long, it's legacy, and it's going to take a while to fix it. However, with that being said, we need to get the administration of PHA in a better position, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but yesterday. I think when people would have worked and you would have asked people to do overtime, that decision was made there on the job by a supervisor, and you can't. There's no more discussion after that as to whether this person should be paid.
Imagine you being Leslie and Ellington in A&E, and we know that's the emergency room, right? So imagine you in A&E, and a lot's going on, and someone say, "Man, guess what? I'm off, y'all. See you later." That can't happen.
That can't happen.
You wouldn't want to know a healthcare worker thinks that way, particularly
Exactly.
one who provides a vital service like nurses and doctors.
So we need to get the administration of healthcare in this country in a better position. We need to take care of these people once they've worked. I mean, the funds are there. There need to be better communication between the government and the administration, and so that we can have a seamless operation, that people can get their pay when they work, and people can go to work with willing hearts and free to do their work. I mean, this is not good for the patients. This is not good for us as a country.
You know, it was incredible, Ben, on Tuesday. The headline in one of the daily newspapers said that the managing director of the Public Hospital Authority said, I'll be happy to pay them, but we ain't got no money. So they just got to pay. Now, I mean, listen, please. How do you run an institution that is so vital to the lives of the average Bahamian in this country, that the government of the Bahamas and the minister responsible and the PHA can tell the nurses, we don't have any money. But we have money for road works, we have money for all these other areas that is not as vital as health. Health is the most vital substance that we need in our country to enable us to live a healthy life. And God knows, every time I go to the hospital, there's so many Bahamians in that hospital. Yeah. I don't know how the hell there's so many sick Bahamians. It's incredible how many of our brothers and sisters are sick. Now, you know, how do you expect for Mrs. Rowell in her capacity as managing director to approve a nurse overtime? Come on, man. You can't be serious. By telling the public Mrs. Rowell would be the one responsible to approve all and every overtime? Yeah, it can't work. That's what supervisor. Come on, man.
You're creating more bureaucracy and more red tape. It cannot happen.
You're acting like some little petty shop through Balls Alley. What's wrong with y'all, man? Get it right.
Listen,
lives are at stake.
Gentlemen, the nation agrees because after all,
Incredible,
particularly the public health care system, we don't want people to be vulnerable, and the most vulnerable people have to depend on it. And even others, people prefer Princess Margaret Hospital or any public health care facility. Exactly, but they want the care. The level of care have to always be top tier. And so a happy workplace, a workplace where people's needs are met and they feel seen and rewarded will always produce the best. Will always produce the best results. Gentlemen, listen. I thank you all so much. I want Justin, open up a little bit more me. Let them see what I'm surrounded by. And when I come back, you all, let me just lift it all up here. This is what's happening here, you all. This has went viral on Bahamian social media, and we're gonna put everything to the test right after the break here on Beyond the Headlines. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna be eating up some tenders and wings after the break.
So, you ready to eat?
January means business.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Okay, guys, this is what we doing today. We training for the bounce back. This 150K payday. Y'all ready? Yes. Y'all sweating today. Give me a 2 ball. 10. Give me another 2 ball. 15. You spin, right? It don't look so. There's 10K. Name these games after me. Food Dragon.
Food Dragon.
Cinema Classic.
Cinema Classic.
Yeah. Put that parlay in. Put that in. You know, Jalen Bronson disappointed us last time. You want to walk for this or you want to run for this? Good pace. Good pace. Not too much water. Put it down. Let's go.
It's the Bounce Back 150K payday. Big wins for 10 weeks straight. 15K every week. 10K to a lucky winner. Visit islandluck.com for more info. Island Luck. Winners live here.
Welcome to Paradise Premium Foods, where exceptional taste meets everyday convenience. Right in the heart of Hurricane Hole Plaza, whether you're planning a beachside brunch, an intimate dinner, or simply restocking your favorites, we offer only the finest selection of local and imported goods, handpicked for quality, freshness, and flavor. At Paradise Premium Foods, shopping is effortless, service is personal, and every visit feels like a treat. From gourmet meals to go to organic essentials and indulgent treats, this is your neighborhood market elevated. Live well, eat better. Discover Paradise Premium Foods, now open at Hurricane Hole Plaza, Paradise Island. Paradise Premium Foods. Taste the difference.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you all tuned in. I told you at the top of the show, get ready for the taste test like one you've never seen before. All week long, there's been this sort of playful back and forth, a little tiff, if you will, between Wendy's brand new tenders and, of course, the standard bearer, Popeye's tenders. Now, Atos decided that they would come in. That's right, they're in studio. They're right there behind the cameras. But they say, Shanique, no, let you and your panel just sit here and decide for yourself. Get in on the fun and also the tasting. And so, of course, Ellington Ferguson is here with me, Leslie Millett. Leslie, by the way, been eating. And I said, Leslie, wait. He's been eating. Eating since it got here. But I'll tell you what I am noticing. One, I'll tell you this. Wendy's tenders, oh, thank you very much. Wendy's tenders are it looks to be a bit more rounded. It looks, I don't know, crunchier. And Popeyes, you can get vexed because you pride yourself on having a crunchier tender, but it looks more crunchy, and it looks more like the chicken breast, because what I've always, look at this, Popeyes tenders just flattened the chicken breast meat, but just flattened. But you know what, Ellington, Leslie, you try it. Ellington, let's just jump in.
Right.
Let's try the new kid on the block first. Leslie is eating the Wendy's, and I'm so here I have a Wendy's, yeah.
Breaded girl, not bad.
Let me
Brunette
tell you,
is good.
I like this. It really tastes like breast meat. When I travel, that's the one time I indulge in tenders. This tastes just like that. This is good. By the way, obviously it comes with a lot of sauces. So this here is jalapeno ranch for a little kick. I like this, y'all. My God.
Very good.
What y'all think, y'all?
This redhead gal carrying on.
Okay. So now, Leslie, your thoughts?
Wendy's is better than those.
Oh.
Tastes much better.
I think Wendy's.
Why do you think?
The meat tastes better.
The meat, it tastes like breast meat.
It tastes chickeny.
This one here, I eat that all the time when I'm hungry at night. But this one is very, very good. I'll stick with that. Wendy's is my choice.
Wendy's, I know y'all are just over a month. That's the thing. Internationally, introduced just over a month ago, including right here in the Bahamas. I think y'all have a hit. Now, y'all, let's just see what Popeyes. Let's just look at okay, Ellington, go right ahead. Finish it.
I love brunettes.
Finish it. Okay, Leslie, pick up the
Popeyes.
The Popeyes.
Popeyes ain't too tough.
I like the kick. It has a nice kick. People love that spice with Popeyes. Again, the meat is finer, the tender. Ellington, your thoughts?
I think this group so far, this has more of a kick, like you say, than the Wendy's do. Wendy's has that nice, tender, smooth flavor. This one have that little spicy kick to it. Nonetheless, it's a pretty good piece of chicken. It's not hard and overbearing on your teeth and your mouth, and it's good. Really
yeah, but
good.
what do you think of that this tastes? I wouldn't say the Wendy's tender is a good piece of meat.
Yes, it is.
It is solid.
It is. It is very firm. Some places you go and you eat these chicken tenders and chicken strips.
They love that.
And while you're chewing, you take it and you take a second look at it to see
if it's really chicken.
It's really chicken, because what you're chewing and what you're tasting is not quite chicken. And I got to say this about these tenders. You're tasting like you're eating a breast from a local snack.
That's how Wendy's tastes, man.
It tastes like chicken. Yeah. That's the bottom line.
Leslie, what you say?
No, Wendy's tastes like real meat. And the other one,
Popeye tastes like chicken.
Not too hot to me.
It
I prefer Wendy's
more
2 to 1.
spicy, but nonetheless.
2 to 1.
Listen, you all. We're getting under this. Listen, I want you guys to grab a wing.
I'll give my final.
Because this is Marco's. Now, you all know when you get your pizza at Marco's, people love to kind of just make it a beautiful combo, which is the pizza and the wings. These are naked wings here, so you could dress this however you want. Of course, they are buffalo wings and any kind of sauce you want. But look at this, y'all. This here, look how fantastic that is. I know the team in the back waiting for me to hurry get off the air. But listen, so Leslie and Ellington, which one do you want? This is naked wings. You could put a sauce on it if you want, or just enjoy it. But take one and let's try this.
I love it naked. Why can you be that, Shanique?
Try a naked one myself.
Go ahead. Yes, guys.
Get your mind in the right place.
Yeah, okay. Enjoy the naked wing. Yes, you could dip it in something, Leslie, if you want. So let's see this. Not overly seasoned, tender, good. I like a naked wing too.
This naked wing is great.
I love my Wendy's.
So okay, Leslie, let's go.
Not yet, we can finish all first.
Why you can finish all?
We ain't taste this one, we just did the naked
Well, you
wing.
could taste that.
Now put some clothes on it, or something, then just try the other wing.
Okay, fine, let's do it.
Get your mouth a little spicy.
Buffalo is always good.
And this is my choice.
Leslie, you have a buffalo, okay.
There's no doubt. For me, Wendy's tastes better than the other two.
What makes it taste better? The Wendy's tender?
It's firmer. It looks like chicken.
More meaty.
Tastes like chicken. It's meaty. It has a nice, wonderful flavor. This one here, I don't know, I'm not. Wendy's is my choice.
That's
Simple
the
as
wing.
that.
I tell you, Marcos,
Yeah.
listen, Ato said, listen, make sure Leslie have his bone-in wing. Because
Yeah.
Leslie is the pot cake. The pot cake.
Meat for man and bone for the pot cake.
Bone for the pot cake. That's what they say. Your thoughts, Ellington?
Overall, I think this is a wonderful combination of companies here. I get the flavor from the Wendy's chicken. They're new.
Fantastic.
And they're really going to hit it. It's going to be a hot spot.
Total
That
hit.
is something tomorrow that I could go and stop at Wendy's for as a midday lunch snack. I can do that tomorrow.
Okay.
The other ones, the Popeyes, I can do that also at some point in time because of it gives you a different take. You feel for something spicy, upbeat. There you got the Popeyes and the Marco. Well, Marcos give you a variety of the different flavor of the wing, and so it's a wonderful combination.
Buffalo wings is fantastic as well.
So I see why they was fighting and having this little family feud.
We watched from a distance,
family,
and it was pretty
don't get
awesome.
in family business.
But don't get in family business. I'll tell you this. But listen,
Absolutely.
speaking of family, well, we're going to welcome the family of Atos right here, and we're going to have the brand managers for each of these companies come in and join in on the fun. And so we're back with the people who have all this excitement going on online. I don't know what they expected and if they thought that this was going to turn into the actual sort of war that it has, the tender wars, right? But listen, let's jump right in. Welcome to Beyond the Headlines, the Atos team, the brand manager for Popeyes and Wendy's, and the brand manager for Marco's Pizza. It's good to have you ladies all here. It's welcome and good evening to both of you. Tess, it's good to have you here. And of course, Jade, it's good to have you here as well. Did you all expect, first of all, how did this tenders war start? Tenders are a big deal, a major big deal. I mean, everyone loves a good chicken tender. Did you all expect this, especially from the new kid on the block, just over a month?
So it started more with just the tenders. It was more like just a fun sibling rivalry. It all started with Wendy's announcing our new location that is at Old Fort. And you know, Wendy's was already being a little cheeky beforehand. Popeyes jumped in and was like, hey, you know, Wendy's, y'all think y'all could have all the fun. Popeyes still has that spice. And you know, it just started with a back and forth, like I said, a fun sibling rivalry between the both brand, Wendy's and Popeyes. And then it just blew up over the last few days. We did not expect it to blow up the way it did, but here we are today.
No, it's really exciting. It is amazing, Tess. I know that you represent Marcos, and so I don't know how you all even inserted yourself in this sort of standoff about the best tenders on the market. But I imagine, for 1 second, Popeyes, I'm sure, because the thing is, you know what, Jade, you kind of with both, so, but Popeyes must have been saying, excuse me, Wendy's, you're all known for your burgers and your French fries. Now you figure you can step in my territory with your tenders, and you're trying to kind of flex your muscles here?
Exactly, that's kind of how it went, you know. Wendy's is known for having the best burgers on the block, and we introduced the tenders, and Popeyes was like, you know, we had to keep an eye on you. You know, y'all think y'all run the road now with the chicken tenders, but Popeyes still has the spice, the crunch when it comes to the chicken. So, you know, that's where it all started, and you know, Popeyes didn't like the fact that Wendy's is taking over.
No, Wendy's just kind of stepped in, and it's making its, let's say it's making its presence felt.
Yes.
You know, people who love Popeyes, but people are saying, wait a minute, Wendy's, what's this I'm chewing into or biting into? Really awesome. Now, how did Marcos get involved? Because this is fantastic. I want to tell you all this. First of all, you do wings well.
Yes.
For a pizza joint.
Oven roasted.
You see this right here? This is the naked wings that we said before, and we,
Yes.
as you saw, Ellington, Leslie, and myself, we tried it, all fantastic, and the buffalo ones are incredible as well. And it's well done. It's fried. It's not, you know, some pizza wings questionable. But how did Marcos decide they were going to step in the middle and just relax and get these two siblings on the same page?
Yes, so Marcos realized nobody wins when the family feuds. So what we did was we came in and just be a mediator to calm our siblings down a bit. You know, thank you for our wings. Our wings are not fried; they are oven baked, so they're on the healthier side.
Look like I'm in love. Now, when you said that, Tess, you pulled me in. Listen, you all, for those who want to be healthy. For those who say, listen, I still want to enjoy my wings though. I mean, because everybody loves a good wing. The tenders are right up there, but right there, everybody loves a good wing.
Love a wing.
So the wings are not fried.
They're not fried. They're oven roasted. Yes.
Really,
so they're on the healthier side, but it's still savory and tasty.
No, very nice, and I like that you all have a nice balance. It's not salty. So people can really enjoy it wherever they come in. And then again, you heard that? They're oven baked, really, really great. But listen, let's just talk about how the Bahamian people have kind of embraced these brands, and they love what they love, but equally as much with each of the brands for Atos. Let's just talk about how you've been able to kind of stake and get your foot in there and pull people along every step of the way, including your newest location.
Yeah, so I think one good thing that came out about the sibling rivalry is this is our opportunity to, you know, stay in touch with customers and, you know, have them involved in the conversation. So yes, it was all fun, but from then you have customers popping in, you know, I'm Team Popeyes, I'm Team Wendy's. So from that, you get to see the love that customers have with these brands. And it's just turned into more than just food. You know, at the end of the day, people look at the brands as just like a core memory. So that's one thing I'll say. It was just our opportunity for us to just stay in touch with our customers.
Yes, and Marcos, listen, you continue to be innovative with your pizzas. People are happy for the pizzas because it's not excessively oily, and it has a lot of fresh add-ons on it. What are you thinking, or perhaps continuing to be focused in on, that you stay abreast with your siblings?
Well, Marcos pride themselves on having people above profit. So we hone down on quality a lot. We have fresh vegetables. We have unbromated flour, which is a healthy flour, a healthy way to do flour.
Yeah, people are pretty excited too about your cauliflower. Is that what you meant?
Yes, we have cauliflower crust as well. Yes, we're including everybody. You know, we try to do more vegan options, so that's something we probably look into as well. But for the most part, yes, it's not grease, it's garlic butter.
It's garlic butter.
It's garlic butter. So sometimes they may say you see grease on the box, but it's garlic butter that we put on the crust.
And you know, that's really wonderful, because in the Bahamas, where we like what we like, the fact is Marcos came on the scene and has been able to maintain its presence.
Yes, of course. It's a strong brand. It's a family brand, and we hone down on our signature sauce, our fresh, never frozen cheese, and our quality flour for sure.
And so, ladies, I want to ask you, Tess and Jade, where are we going next with this sort of standoff in terms of, in a friendly way, in terms of, listen, Wendy's is just over a month old, and they figure in terms of its tenders, and figures that, listen, they now are one of the big people in the, flexing their muscles. Where do we go from here?
Well, I think for Wendy's, we are going to stay on top when it comes to the tenders. Like I said, I do represent both brands. I love both brands equally, but each brand brings its own type of flavor when it comes to the tenders. So for customers that love the spice, they probably may prefer the Popeyes because like we do offer mild and spicy. Yeah. And then for Wendy's, who kind of likes more of a mild flavor, that crisp, juicy flavor, they may go for the Wendy's tenders. Yeah. And, with Wendy's, we are always innovative. So we're always bringing in something new. We may bring a spin to the tenders. You just never know. So the only thing I can say,
different seasons.
You're right.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can
but stay with that original though. Like bring your spin.
Of course.
Keep the original right there.
So of course we will stay with the original because everybody loves the original. But there's ways to innovate a great product.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As Ellington said, the red-haired girl has made her she has made her introduction, and she said, "Hold up, y'all. I'm here for a long time." Atos, I thank you so much, of course, in the person of Tess Mullings and Jade Wells. Thank you both very much for being here. And thanks for bringing Beyond the Headlines in on the fun. We certainly, of course, were happy to participate. We hope that you all heard our views and our taste buds, and let's hear what you have to say about these wonderful tenders from both brands, and of course the wings. Beyond the Headlines is back right after this.
Fly fishing for me is kind of a way of life. My father was one of the pioneers that started the fly fishing industry.
I grew up around the industry, but it was mostly spin fishing until the invention of the fly that changed the whole fly fishing industry as we know it today.
Well, fly fishing, in my opinion, is an art form that subscribes to artificially inducing a fish to take a lure.
It's fishing, but it's more like hunting than anything else.
So it is hunting, one aspect of it is, and the second of it is creating a lure that you are imitating that is of the environment.
You're actually stimulating the bite by them visually seeing the actual lure that you're sending to them.
Crazy Charlie is the fly that revolutionized, as we know, the saltwater fly fishing industry. It was invented by my father. He recalls seeing the bonefish chasing a little bait fish called a minnow. He took a couple chicken feathers and some bead eyes of a military tie, and that was the beginning of the advancement of saltwater fly fishing industry on the flats as we know it today. The importance of that fly allow you to be able to fish for bonefish in various depths of water.
Captain Rupert Lead, my dad, who's also a pioneer in the industry, his fly was called the gotcha fly, and it emulates two things: the minnows, which is a small bait fish, and also a shrimp pattern. See, there's so many legends that I'm now standing on. Percy Darville, Ivan Nemo who would have passed, Raymond Mackey, you've got Sidney Nemore, Carl Moxie. These guys were filled with knowledge. They were self-imposed scientists. They saw these fish act in a certain way, and they know how to target them on specific tides. I feel extremely proud to carry the baton on, knowing that I can actually teach other youngsters how to carry the mantra, and they themselves can pass it on to other generations.
The race to 2026 is heating up, and the nation's voice is louder than ever. Here on Beyond the Headlines, we're checking the mood, the momentum, and the message of the people. I'm Shanique Miller. Each week, we're taking the temperature of the electorate to see what's really driving the nation. Who's connecting? Who's cooling off? What issues are heating up ahead of 2026? This is Temperature Check 2026, where journalism meets the nation's heartbeat.
So you want a space, but not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
Segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. It's good to have you all tuned in. We are shifting gears again after having that huge feast just during the break. Quickly, just shoved it all in. Just kidding. The production team came and said, Shanique, put that down. We're going to take over, and they did. But welcome back to Beyond the Headlines. Ian Thomas from Direct Marketers is here. Of course, you know it's Thursday evening. Ian loves to kind of give you the hookup right in time for the weekend. Ian, it's good to have you here. Good evening to you. What's happening? You doing a Zen moment?
I need a Zen moment whenever I come here to make sure I'm right here with you.
Yeah.
Anything's liable of happening.
I noticed you didn't eat some of the stuff.
No. I try to take a page from your book. As a matter of fact, that is a good book that you have because Shanique is, she is a person who just loves to eat healthy and exercise and all. She's always calling me and sending me something that she finds on the internet. This could lower you this and that and stuff.
It's important.
And I learned a lot from you as well, coming here and even how to take certain things, and I appreciate that from you. I want to say thank you.
No, like for example, and I know you have your setup, but I love this, and Ellington is a huge fan of it. Let's see the energy boost.
This is the cayenne pepper, hawthorn, beetroot, vitamin K2, and vitamin D3.
Amazing
That's good. I did some research on that because I know you're smart. So this. I'm going to help. I'm going to say some stuff now. The cayenne drops, the benefits with this is that it's great for heart and circulation health, healthy blood pressure, strong bones, reduce inflammation, and energy and endurance. So this is great for all those things, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, from the beetroot to all that stuff, it's amazing. Cayenne pepper has its own health benefits. It's just super, Ian.
I love it.
And the D3, you need
the
D3,
the
various
definitely.
B's that are in there. And that is why Ellington says he goes not intentionally, but just because of his schedule, he is not able to eat on time as he should. He takes a couple drops of this under his tongue, hold it there for about 30 seconds and swallow.
It gives you such a great boost of energy.
So before you work out, after you work out, during the day, when it's a sort of a lull moment and you feeling like a pick-me-upper, this good, healthy, natural.
That's very good. I love it.
Yeah,
and the good thing about it, it's only $34.95, ladies and gentlemen. You see my number on the screen. That's 5520-212. I haven't even said anything. My whole greetings and everything. Well, let me start off.
Go ahead.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ian Thomas, and I am here from Direct Marketers. Direct Marketers, of course, is a marketing company where we specialize in radio, TV, print, social media, and e-blast. So if you have a business or business idea and you want to know how viable it is, please feel free to give me a call at 552-0212. That's 552-0212. 552-0212. Dial 552-0212.
So this has K2 as well. Go ahead, Ian.
Man,
I apologize.
Man, let's stop playing, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Only you can have K2A.
Listen,
you're me, I get K3 and all.
That's jokes, but you have it's D3.
Yes,
and you all know that combination is incredible for bone health and just so much more. And then for proper absorption in the body, it's good to have these two mixed together. Go ahead.
Definitely. Strong bones, like I said, energy and endurance. So you guys and women, of course, but especially you guys, you need that energy. You need that energy boost and everything, and it also helps downstairs. So this is a wonderful,
circulation.
Circulation
for women and men.
From women's and man's, them, all these different things. So I gotta start off right now with talking about that stuff then going on, talking about food. But that's wonderful because this company, this restaurant, oh man, I haven't been there for a while. And it just so happened that I found myself deep on Carmichael Road on Sunday. And I was driving around, I didn't want to go far. And I was like, where can I get something to eat? And I just remembered, I said, listen, I saw Donovan the other day. That's one of the owners, Donovan Gilbert and his beautiful wife there, Karen. They are at Tasty Caribbean Delights. And if you guys haven't been there, or if you have been there, it's time to go back there. Tasty Caribbean Delights is a restaurant in the Bahamas that's known for serving authentic Bahamian food. Like I said, the owners are the Gilberts. It was established in 2007, and the restaurant is located number 13 Faith Avenue North, right here in Nassau. And you can't miss it. It's a wonderful two-story building and has ample parking. It's great. I was there Sunday. I saw, of course, I'm not going to call somebody's name. I saw an MP inside there. I saw a couple media people inside there, and I had a chance to rub shoulders with them. And it was great. It was great. Everyone's having a good time. When you walk into the restaurant, I like it set up like it's like a diner. It's like a buffet style. So you don't have to order your food and wonder how it's going to look. You can just go down the line and look how it is. And they just had, a plethora of choices, and it was absolutely amazing. There was curry chicken and baked chicken and oxtail, and I had the curry mutton. That was really good, and I let them choose the sides for me, but it was really, really good. So if you haven't been there in a while, you want to go to Tasty's Caribbean Delights. That's Tasty Caribbean Delights, I want to say. Every day the menu changes, so you might find something different. And what I also realized, because I didn't have a chance to talk with them for a good while, they have a food truck. And the food truck is on the airport road.
Oh, okay.
So individuals in the west and deep west, and they said they might not be able to come by Carmichael Road down there, Faith Avenue. You can go there. Let me give you. Yes. Let me give you the hours of operation. Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and on Sunday, 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. The food truck hours are Monday through Saturday, 6:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the phone contact, if you want to give them a call, is 341-5230, 341-5230. If you don't have a car and you can't get out there, you are in luck, because you can call Craven. They're on the Craven app, and you can order. Of course, you make your order on the Craven app, boom, do all the necessary inserts with the information, and then the driver will pick up your food from Tasty Caribbean Delights and take it straight to wherever your location is. So that's something that's really, really good, and I just love it. So some of the things that you'll find on the menu, I just mentioned it. For breakfast, they got sausages, tuna, they got mackerel, they got ackee and codfish, cabbage and codfish, okra and codfish, all these things, callaloo. So you get a Jamaican infusion down there. They got brown stew chicken, steamed ham, spaghetti, boiled food. They got scrambled eggs, fried dumplings, and they got a little kitty menu, something for them. Porridge, that's great because people like to eat healthy.
Of course.
And turkey and ham sandwiches. Also, you can get staying with the meals, you can get liver, you can get waffles and pancakes, French toast, omelets, meat with grits, or a veggie omelet with grits. You can get chicken sauce, sheep down sauce, and stew fish and stew conch. That's stew grouper now. They got that stew grouper down there. And what else you can get down there? You got, like I said, barbecue chicken, big chicken.
Menu.
The menu is so extensive.
So it's 7 days a week? Because I hear you say Sunday.
Yes, it's Sundays included, yes.
After church, if you don't want to cook.
You say it all the things. What they use, though, you know exactly what to say now. So you got your mutton and your fish fingers. You got your grouper, like I said. They got vegan meals. Lamb chop, oxtail. I didn't say oxtail, it must be 2 or 3 times. Love oxtail. My son loves it as well. And they got small meals as well too. So if you say, I'm not a big eater, but I want to have some of the great
that's
food.
good. I know what you're talking
you get
about.
small portions.
Small portions, which is
them minis.
Yeah, like mini meals. Exactly.
Mini meals.
Really
right.
awesome.
Everything. The sides, extra $4 if you just want to come. People came and just order sides. That was strange. But people just came and just order sides. That was cool. I mean, I don't do it, but I've seen it. Green salad, potato salad.
If you just coming from church,
yes.
You don't want to go to the stove and do all that.
Right.
You make your main dish and then you have your sides.
Yes, I was just gonna say that. Or you say, you know what, I can make this, but I don't know how to make that.
Exactly.
And you go pick up what you need. I just got that. Yeah, okay, great. So pasta and green salad, potato salad, coleslaw, pot plantain, steamed cabbage, all that stuff down there. All the drinks you can find down there, from canned sodas to bottled water to white malt, all that. And pastries, they got pastries over there too. Guava duck, cheesecake, chocolate cake, carrot cake, all these things, all the natural drinks, carrot juice, peanut punch, and beet juice. So you,
beet juice.
Nice. Yeah. So they do a lot of juicing down there. That's wonderful. You can follow them online on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Once again, the phone number is 341 5230. Have I said it before? I'm saying once again. 341-5230, 341-5230, 341-5230. And I gotta say this before we leave. Valentine's Day coming. So you want to go to Tasty Caribbean Delights? They have 4 things, but they go in A, B, C, or D. So A is Cajun bourbon grilled chicken breast, $25. Beef broccoli, $35. 8-ounce seafood stuffed salmon, $35. Garlic herb grilled lobster with white wine sauce, $45. And all these things, you can choose your side, spinach and rice. Spinach rice or creamy garlic mashed potato. On the side, you can get strawberry cheesecake swirl or double layered chocolate cake. So this is happening down there. That's Friday, February 13th, right there at Tasty Caribbean Delights. Where are they located? At Faith Avenue North, and the phone number is 341-2530, 341-2530, making your Valentine's Day something special this year. So you like that?
Yeah, super.
Yes, great deal down there happening.
I like some of those entrees.
Yes,
Really nice.
yes. You and I spoke a couple of, maybe about 2 months ago, and we always kind of on the same page when we talk about safety and security. And the company that I'm talking about tonight is Candid. Candid Security Company. These are my good friends. They have 2 locations. Some people think it's just in Nassau, but they have one in Freeport as well. So Candid Security Company, if you have a business and you care about your employees and you care about the people who visit your business, you know you want them to be safe, you can give them a call. They've got guards. They got man guards. Man guards mean that guys who stand at the door and people who, and sorry, I don't want to be sexist, individuals, can be a man or a woman who's there inside the business.
You need a man.
Come on. You need a man. Hey, get out of the 1930s, Shanique Miller.
No, it's not. We try to be too new age.
Yeah.
Let a man with his strength be there.
Yeah. But what if a woman comes there and and they has to pat her down? You got to pat her down.
Pat her down.
No, you can't do that. You have to. Yeah. Then you'll be on a TikTok video.
Yeah.
So listen here. So they got man guards. You can go ahead and call the company and request a man guard to come to your business, your establishment. Even if you're having an event, that's good too. So a lot of people are always looking for securities to come to the event. This is really good there. They also have armored trucks. Now with the armored trucks, these are the most safest, secured way to transport money. So whether you work at a bank or a store, if you have a big business or whatever it is, and you need to transport huge sums of money to the bank or to where it needs to go, you need to call Candid Security. Let me give you the phone number. The phone number is in Freeport. Let me give you the Freeport number, 352-5499, 352-5499, and in Nassau, it's 361-5499, 361-5499. So it's the same last 4 numbers, except in Freeport or Nassau. Where they're located, they are located in Freeport on Polaris Drive, and in Nassau, they in Carmichael Road. And this is another thing now, adding with the fact that you can get your money transported from your place of business to the bank, and then also you can get a man guard or one of the security guards to come there and take take stock and just protect your premises. They also are hiring. So if you are looking for a job right now, you know someone who's working, who's not working, this is a great time. Or if you know someone who's working, they say, man, I like this job, I want to change careers. Call Candid Security. They've got individuals, officers who are currently working full-time and part-time with Candid. And I spoke to a few of them, and they just say that they love the experience. They wouldn't give it up for anything. Candid is proud to boast that all officers are paid bi-weekly and on time. Not like them other companies. Sometimes, boss, when check, I get a deal with you next week. When Tasty come, call me. No. Your money is there in the bank. That's wonderful. And if you're thinking about joining, just give them a call and see exactly if you fit the bill. Also, officers can enjoy 2 weeks paid vacation every year, and they also have health coverage for their guards.
Very good.
That's something that's unheard of, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a place to work.
Yeah, that's definitely important. So if you are an individual, man or woman, and you have a clean police record, reliable, you're motivated and able to pass their screening process, Candid Security wants you to come and join their team. And remember, they have 2 locations, like I said, one in Freeport and one in Nassau. Phone number again, Nassau, 361-5499, 361-5499, and in Freeport, 352-5499. 352-5499, and you can check them out online when you go to www.candidbahamas.net. How that sound?
Sounds great.
How do you like them apples? Yeah. Shanique, listen, I want you guys dare to be different this Valentine's Day. You can go the traditional route and just go ahead and buy the normal gifts with perfume, cologne, flowers, candies, and maybe go to dinner and whatever. But if you want to show that you're that person that you care about, that you really love them, and do something different, please, please, please go ahead. This year, I want you to think outside the box. And this Valentine's Day, you can get vouchers and gift cards from $50 all the way up to $500. So you can mix and match what you have to get that person for Valentine's Day exactly what you want. So right now, Direct Marketers is working along with a lot of other companies. They have $15,000 worth of merchandise they're overstocked and they have to get rid of. You want to give me a call. The number's on the screen, 552-0212, 552-0212. You can have
Products,
your items.
so items like what?
You can have all the items that I'm going to tell you about right now.
Awesome. Go right ahead.
Yes, and it could be delivered to you, to that person right here in Nassau, or it could be delivered to any part of the Family Islands. You know what I want to start off with for a while? They were talking about area rugs. A lot of people have been calling me about those area rugs. I wonder if Justin's going to go to this camera over here. These area rugs.
Just hold it up.
I'll just hold it up and he'll.
No, just hold it up right
hold
here.
Hold it up right here.
Go, yeah.
Right yep, there it is. Area rugs, 5 feet by 7 feet. Area rugs, $175 each. You can give me a call, 552-0212. They have many different colors, and these are absolutely gorgeous. They'll make any area, any room just pop. I have some at my house, and I just love them. Great fabric, and these are indoor and outdoor rugs. But they're so well made, and they're so attractive. They, you say, wow, these should only be if you're indoor. But these area rugs are absolutely gorgeous. You want to give me a call, 552-0212. They're only $175. Shanique Miller, she just talked about the cayenne pepper. That's it. Cayenne pepper liquid drops cleanses your system, increases your energy and stamina by increasing your blood flow. What does it have in it? Some of the ingredients: hawthorn, beetroot, turmeric, vitamin D3 and K2. It's only $34.95. Men, women, you need it. I have mine. I drive around with mine in the car all day. I had to stop taking it because Shanique said, Ian, be more, don't overdo it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I love it. So that's a wonderful thing. I love that. Also, if you want to repair any bald spots that you have in your hair, you might be losing your hair, or you want to get some edges. I was driving next to this woman. I wanted to tell her so bad. No, seriously, all her edges was gone, but she wouldn't look at me. I was like, this edge is gone. Get this here on me. All her edges was gone.
So why didn't you honk your horn and say, Mom, here, just try.
But her face was done makeup. Her face was makeup, and her edges was gone, so I wasn't gonna bother with her. I wasn't gonna do it. $34.95. You can get the minoxidil. It grows your edges, and if you have some bald spots, men and women, it does that. Even you guys who are trying to grow your beard and come out a little patchy, you can get that too. Give me a call, 552-0212. Also, the anti-snoring device. Sleep more peacefully. You can get this for $19.95. You don't want to sleep to someone who's snoring and carrying on bad. The Jimarito Eye Honey. It removes mucus and blurriness and floaters from your eyes. This is going like crazy. It's only $75. You put 2 to 3 drops in your eyes per week. It's only $75. And you individuals who are dealing with cataracts and glaucoma, this is can help you. Something brand new has came on board, and this, Shanique Miller, you hold that. That's the sea moss. We were selling the sea moss, but it was it had a horrible taste. Now we have the sea moss gummies. It has black seed oil. Shanique, tell me what you're seeing in it.
I see shellac.
What is that?
What is that? Shilajit. That's a good.
Shilajit is wonderful.
I've heard about that. Oh, ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha, everything.
Bladderwrack, so that cleanses you.
Yes.
Yes. Elderberry, fantastic antioxidant. Burdock root.
Yes.
Ian,
the sea moss supplement is ideal for digestion.
Well, here are the benefits.
It lowers your blood pressure.
Immunity support. Detox and cleansing, digestive support, which is super. You all know that. Wait a minute, hold up. Skincare.
Yes.
That's all we need to hear.
And it removes toxins from your blood to balance you. It balances your hormone. It's great for your health, improves your memory, and it reduces all those acne and stuff on your face. This is a wonderful product. It's selling like crazy. That's also $34.95. Now you can enjoy flavored sea moss, immune support, detox, digestion, $34.95. You want to give me a call, Ian Thomas, Direct Marketers. And last, before I go, you can't go no place without talking about the bully pill. A lot of guys out there are suffering from PTSD. You know what that is, right?
Post-traumatic stress disorder?
No, penis, that's stop. Let me tell you. And listen, get the bully pill. It's $55 for a bottle of 5. Get the penis, get the bully pill so you can have a nice, strong penis, and the person they can run away with from you on Valentine's Day. But get that whole thing from around here. Flippity flop, flippity flop. Fix your penis up. 5520212. I had a great time here with you again, Shanique Miller. I love coming here. She's my favorite person. We're round behind the scenes.
Wait a minute. No, we round behind the scenes. But no, let
Yeah.
me tell you what you've not mentioned in a minute. And people
Yes.
have hit me up and say, Shanique, it works.
What's that?
When you're walking and that dog thing.
Oh, yes, the dog
Oh, you
training.
have it
Oh,
with you?
yes,
Okay.
I have it here.
They
Didn't
hit
get a
me up
chance
and
to talk
say,
about
Shanique,
it.
it works.
Yes.
Yeah.
The dogs are barking at you or whatever, and you're going for a walk, and they
Stop
try to
them in
bite
their
you.
tracks.
Go ahead. Stop them, because it's an ultrasonic sound. You can't hear it. It's $89. A lot of people are getting those, people who go exercising in the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and thank you, Shanique Miller, for having me.
Thank you, Ian
Yes,
Thomas,
yes.
Direct Marketers. Thank you, 5520212.
That's
And listen,
me.
at the top of the show, of course, I thank my Hot Topics panelists, and then they joined me for that beautiful sort of like, we determined exactly which is the best tender. I hope you all enjoyed that. And of course, Ian Thomas right here in this segment. And a big thank you to all of you for this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow evening. For the entire Beyond the Headlines team, I'm Shanique Miller. Make it a great evening, everyone.
The Verizon Media Group, home of ILTV, Paramount Systems Limited, Eyewitness News,